All Zenless fans are actually thriving. Right, this game 1.6 livestream basically just dropped. I'm a bit late on the topic, but I don't really care, right? We got the trailer, we got artifact sets, we got quality of life, we got a lot of stuff to dissect here. And I really want to talk about it just, you know, overall. So before we begin, please like this video and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm starting posting the videos again. I've took a bit of a break because I've been focusing on TikTok and streaming. And I really just want to force myself to get everything done, right? I want to focus on YouTube, I want to focus on everything, because I don't have a lot of time left. Before, what I'm going to have is this 6 months when I go off college, and then I'm going to be stuck in university, and then I'll have even less time to make videos. I really need this to work. But anyways, let's talk about the 1.6 trailer real quick. Now, the trailer literally opens with Anby saying that she should have died in place of Soldier 11, or something on the lines of that. I'm not really, I need to jog my memory a bit, but from what I remember, that is what it said. Now, do I think Soldier 11 is going to die in this quest? And honestly, because it doesn't happen a lot in Hyoverse games, especially Genshin Impact, it has happened in Star Rail a bit, but it has never happened to in Zenless before. Now, do I think Soldier 11 could possibly die? I genuinely think yes. We are already getting S rank versions of 4-star characters, so that clearly shows Zenless isn't going for that. Oh, every team is like realistic because it's like people traveling with you, people exploring with you, because now you can have 2 of the same person on your team. It's obvious that they're not going for the same like kind of demographic. They know that's not going to work, and they know that system's kind of bad, because it really like it really breaks how good the writing can be and how like characters can be written if they have to like the traveler, if they have to like engage with the traveler and stuff like that. And one reason that I think Soldier 11 could possibly die is also because she's also like a character that's barely been like explored. There's no connection to Soldier 11, I'd say that much, and she really does feel like a character that could just take the fall, honestly. And if she died in this quest, I would applaud, because we need some fresh stuff in Hyoverse. I'm gonna be so real. Genshin quests, the Archon quests have kind of been ruined a bit for me, because when a character feels like they're gonna die, or like when a character disappears for a little bit, you know, because it's Genshin, that character's not going to die, especially if they've already been confirmed playable. Like, you know that character's not going to die. But also, I think with this, it'll also be the same thing, that the trust event and stuff will all remain. It's just that in the quest they'll die. And do I think this breaks world building and like the feel of the Zenless world, where like you walk around and you see characters? Possibly yes, especially if the death is going to be like very impactful and it's going to be like a big driving point of the story, right? But also, they don't have to do any of that. I think that if she died in the story, or something happened to her in the story that made her like, you know, dead or like controlled by ethereals, that would be amazing. And that is worth having like the quote-unquote broken world building of like walking around and then seeing her in the world afterwards, because she doesn't engage with other characters, she doesn't like depend on other characters for trust events and stuff like that. Like, I do see a world where she does actually die. But also, it's Hyoverse, so they could do a loophole where she comes back at the end of the quest anyways, but that would probably hurt me more. Honestly, if she comes back after having this whole emotional scene and everything, that would hurt me more than just her dying in general, and then seeing her in the world afterwards. But as I said, we already have S rank and B being able to be played with the A rank one, so I don't think they care as much about like the realistic gameplay as much as Genshin does. So that's already good. They already are doing something better here. Next, of course, let's talk about our first ever male DPS that won't be free. Like, Haramasa's free, but Hugo Vlad is most likely going to be a DPS, and we see him in the 1.6 trailer, right? We see him beefing with Lycon like he was doing in the Lycon story quest, obviously. But this guy's got a whole scythe, and there is a big lack of male 5-stars in Zenless, and that's really apparent with like the release schedule. If you look at the ratio, it is god awful. But that's a problem to more people than others, right? Some people don't understand the issue, and that's completely fine. Don't argue with those people. Just gonna tell you that right now. If you see someone who says male characters aren't important to have, and it's not important for there to be a split ratio, either try educate them, and if they don't reciprocate that, then just leave them alone, because they'll never understand, right? And talking about Hugo Vlad's design, honestly, his design could have been a lot better. If we look at the next character coming beside him, we have Vivian. her design is considerably better in my opinion. Hugo Vlad, in his younger form in Lycon Story Quest, he low-key looked so much better, and now he just looks like a Redditor. Like, it's so, like, I'm a bit disappointed, but he's got a scythe, and that's probably gonna make him like get carried for me, because I'm a person for playstyles over character designs, honestly. I don't really care how a character looks all that much, as long as their attacks look cool. I'm gonna pull, and if they're good, I'm gonna pull. I don't really care otherwise. And one thing I do want to also talk about is the new combat mechanic, which is called Aftershock from what I remember. Aftershock is like basically letting your characters go off field and continue doing attacks off field, similar to the way Astrael stays off field, but she doesn't really attack, she just stands there, which is in fact kind of different. So what Aftershock is your characters will have like the special state where you'll be in a state attacking, and when you swap out of them, they will continue attacking, doing the same damage, doing the same this, even increased damage, because the new artifact set actually increases Aftershock damage, so they'll be more powerful when in this state rather than using them on field. Now, the way this is looking is S-Rank Anbi is going to be this primary on-field DPS, which is going to have quick swap teammates like Trigger and Pulchra. These two teammates are going to be quick swap, literally go on field, press E with both of them, and then you go back to attacking with Anbi. And I really like where this is going, because Aftershock damage has like coordinated attacks, so it's similar to like Yelan or Xingqiu's abilities in Genshin Impact, where you do attacks and then your assists like fight the thing you're attacking and attack it as well. And if you have two stunners on the team, you're going to have the days from Anbi, Pulchra and Trigger all at the same time, which I'm guessing is going to make stuns really fast, and I can't wait to see that. I am so excited for this new update. It is unreal. Now when it comes to the quality of life changes, they were kind of small. I will agree, they were kind of small this time around. But I will say I really appreciate the double resin for double boss drops thing that they're doing when limited characters are out. That is really good. I will praise them for that. I don't remember that much of what else they had, but compared to last update, the quality of life changes were a bit on the smaller side. But then again, 2.0 is coming very soon. And with 2.0 right around the corner, we're going to see a big amount of changes, and I'm guessing they're holding off on some changes now to be able to jam pack them into this juicy live stream later. But once again, Zenless just didn't disappoint. It never does, and I am really happy, and I really hope that it stays like this and it doesn't become like Honkai Star Rail with the power creep or Genshin with the Night Soul stuff. It is just both of those games are in an awful state right now. And for some reason, Zenless right here is just getting better and better, which is weird because it's the same company, but I don't know why one game does it right and the other games do it wrong, okay? I'm not a scientist, I'm not a genius. But yeah, like and subscribe. I don't know, mate.